Well, hello, and welcome to Creating with Colleen, where I will teach you what to do. You know, I may teach you what not to do. That's usually what it is, but I promise to teach you something. My name is Colleen Magness, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator on the East Coast of Virginia, and I just want to share this wonderful bundle with you today. This is called the Merriest Moments Bundle, and it is on page 43 of our July through December mini catalog. And there's so many great products in here, but the reason I want to share this one is because it is actually a hybrid folder. It's kind of cool the way the folder and dies work together, and there was a little confusion on that, so that is why I want to share that with you today. So what I have here is, again, the Merriest Moments Bundle. Let me show you how that works. Basically, you have this beautiful stamp set, and it has some really nice sayings in there. It has poinsettias and holly, so it's perfect for Christmas. Then you have an embossing folder and the hybrid dies, and these are sold together. You cannot get the folder separately because the dies work with this folder. And that is, again, what I want to show you today. Lots of fun. I think the hybrid folders are new, and it's something that Stampin' Up! Is definitely going to be doing more of. So again, this is a Merriest Frames hybrid folder, and it is just that. It is a 3D folder. It works as a folder, just like you normally do. Put your cardstock inside, run it through your die cutting machine. You'll have to use the gray 3D plate to go on top of there, and it will emboss just like a folder does. So this is great even in itself because you have the beautiful greenery and then the center here. So here is an example of a card using just the folder. And what I also like is in the die set, it has this really nice stitched rectangle, and it's great because if you didn't want, if you want to have some dimension there, you can actually stamp on your words and then just pop that up with dimensionals. So in addition to that, you have the die. You have this die here, and it actually cuts out the holly and the leaves and everything else on here. So if you use this die, you're going to get this image. So that's just flat white cardstock. But what is awesome is that this image actually fits into your folder, and you get this beautiful embossed image. So when you put it in here, let me do it this way. Let me get it to where I can see it. When you put it in here, it will line up exactly. Stampin' Up! Has done that on a couple of their other bundles too. So you can see exactly where the image is. Put it in here, run it through your die cutting machine, and by the magic of television, you are then going to get this here, which is gorgeous. So it's all cut out, it's all textured, and you are ready to rock and roll on your card. So a sample with that is a card that I did for my Pretty Pumpkins class. And keep in mind, when you have an embossing folder and a die as versatile as this, it doesn't have to be just Christmas. Here, I actually cut it out of So Saffron cardstock. Then I just took a sponge dauber and I sponged the Cajun Craze, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, and Old Olive. Definitely typical Stampin' Up! Fall colors, which I love. And then here I had just embossed the pumpkin in gold embossing powder, and just again with my dauber sponged on the pumpkin. And what I love about the Pretty Pumpkin stamp set, it's adorable, and I love the saying, if friends were pumpkins, I'd pick you. I have so many people I can say that to, as I am definitely blessed with so many friends that I have. And I met the majority of them through Stampin' Up!, so that is really cool. So when you have this, you can also have, again, if I take the folder and the die and I cut this, you have an outline die. And that actually, if you cut it, you could just have a big back piece, but it's wonderful because that you can mount behind your detailed piece. And it just really makes this piece pop. So it's very versatile, and we're not even done yet. I haven't even showed you the magic yet. But for this, I have created 2 cards. And here is Soft Succulent on the white. I just backed it on the white and then made my poinsettias. And on this one, I did it on Evening Evergreen. It backed it on the Soft Succulent with the white. So you can see how that is going to make your die image pop. But wait, there's more. There really is. You can take, the reason it's called a hybrid die is because you can take this outline die, and then when you open up the folder, this snaps in there. You can see it doesn't slide around. This actually snaps into the top of the folder where you have the Stampin' Up! Image, and then you will put your cardstock on top, close this, and then when you run this through the embossing machine, it is going to cut and emboss at the same time. And then you're going to get this beautiful image. So you can see just how versatile these dies are. And again, they call that a hybrid die, a hybrid embossing folder, because they work together. So today the card I want to show you that I'm going to make is it's the inspiration from a dear demonstrator named Angie Leach. And Angie and I met on one of the Stampin' Up! Incentive trips. We had the pleasure of sitting at the same table at a cruise, and we just really enjoyed being with her and her husband. So I liked this because it was not traditional Stampin' Up! Christmas colors, but you'll never go wrong with the softness of these colors too. So what you're going to need, you are going to need a sheet of basic white cardstock that is 5.5 by 8.5, and you're going to score it at 4 1/4. That is going to be your base to your card. Then next you will need a piece of Blushing Bride that is 5.5 by 1.5 in size. And I've already embossed this with the Tasteful Texture 3D embossing folder. Just adds that little bit of texture to it. And I'll confess, I am a texture person. So I love it. Next, from the dies themselves, you're going to need one of those rectangle pieces. You are going to need, I've already cut them out to keep it simple. You are going to cut out the poinsettia, a large and a small. Then you are going to take 3 of the holly leaves. And I stamped these in mint macaron. So we have 2 large, we have a small. And then we are going to take, again, this piece here. And I didn't emboss this. I was supposed to do that before we started our video. See, I'll teach you what not to do just as well, but I promise you'll learn something. But, again, all I would do is I would put this in my folder this way. It's always best with the label towards you. I would line this up, run it through my die machine, and I will use my sample that is already done. So again, this was cut with the die first, then through the folder. So that's what you need to create this beautiful card. So first I'm going to take that Blushing Bride piece, and I'm just going to put it on the bottom of the front of my card base. So I'll just open that up and line the corner in there first. I try to get it right the first time because I'm telling you, the Stampin' Seal is awesome. Extremely, extremely strong. So there is just the base of my card. And then I'm going to take the embossed piece, and I am actually going to just tape this onto the front. I'm going to use a lot of good dimensionals for my poinsettia, so I don't want my card too thick, because you know, they'll treat it like a package at the post office. I go see William all the time. We are on a first name basis at the post office, and I asked him one day, I said, William, do you guys work off of commission? Because you try to really charge me as much as you can when I'm mailing things. So again, I don't need 6 dimensionals. I just need to pop up my poinsettias. So now that I have this rectangle stitch piece, I'm going to use my folder here because this is a photopolymer stamp set, and you either need a really, really flat surface or you can use something with just a slight bit of cushion because the photopolymer does really not give it all. And the benefit of that, though, is that you can get a lot of detail into a photopolymer stamp set that you might not be able to get into the red cling rubber. So I am stamping in here thinking of you this festive season, and I'm just going to put it towards the right of my card. So I will stamp that in my Blushing Bride. And I'm going to put it on the front with my dimensionals. And the nice thing about having this rectangle stitch die too is that if I wanted the details of these leaves to be a different color cardstock, I can certainly do that and then stamp on white or Very Vanilla and pop this up in the center. It was made to go with this folder, so it works great. So next, let me do the inside. I'm going to do more of a monochromatic on the inside. I am going to use that mint macaron so we can tie in our holly leaves. And I'm also going to use the Peaceful Cabin because I really like this saying for the inside. It says, may you enjoy the peace of this beautiful season. I wish that for everyone because it is a beautiful season when you keep it into perspective and don't make it crazy. That is the goal. So here I have my words, and then I'm just going to take from the Merriest Moments set that beautiful little sprig right there and put it down at the bottom. So that is my center, sweet and simple. And now we're going to create the flowers. So just for time's sake, I went ahead and I have a large and a small poinsettia, and then again 2 large and a small holly leaf. So I like to take my bone folder whenever I'm doing flowers or poinsettias, and I like to curl my ribbon. Not ribbon, listen to me. See that you're doing it like curling ribbon, but actually you are curling your petals. And do it with a light hand, because I've actually done it before where I've plucked a petal off. That was a I'll teach you what not to do moment also. So here I have my dimensional, and I'm going to put it in the center. And I'm also going to dress this up just a little bit with some Wink of Stella. Probably could have done it first, but as long as it's on here, it just adds that beautiful sparkle. And it's always hard to see it on the camera, but I promise you, for no mess, no fuss, and as quick and easy as this is, you always want to add your Wink of Stella. So I've attached those two with a dimensional. I'm going to put another dimensional on. And it's on this with a dimensional. So that's why we didn't pop up the main piece. Okay, so my poinsettia goes there. And then for my leaves, I'm just going to take the Stampin' Seal, because again, it's nice and strong. I'm putting one of the large holly leaves there. I will take this other one, lift that up, put it there, and then just to give it something down at the bottom, a little bit of green, I'm going to take the small one and put it there. So we're not done, because you know you have to have some bling. So I'm going to take my pick a tool, and I mean there's so many things this can do, from the paper piercing. It has another piece that actually works as a flat pick 'em up. This is a gummy piece. This is great for picking up your rhinestones, because I don't do little well, so this is a big help for me. So these are the champagne rhinestones, and I recommend you always keep these in your stamp room because they go with most everything. And it just works really well, again, to just add that extra bling. Oops. And there you have it. So this here, again, this is the Merriest Moments bundle. And this is a great set to have, especially for that hybrid folder. Now don't forget, just a couple specials. Don't forget that this week, actually, I'm going to put this in my newsletter for Wednesday. So if you are seeing this video on Wednesday, November 18th, today is the last day to take advantage of this seasonal sale. So what Stampin' Up! Has done is you can get any of our card stocks at 10% off. That's the assorted pack, the shimmer pack, and all of our wonderful colors. So do stock up. Then you can also get our ink pads at 15% off. So that is a great deal. And you can get any of the dies in our annual catalog at 20% off. So I went ahead, and there were a couple dies I had my eyes on because there's so many wonderful ones in there. And I actually placed my order yesterday, but this is just a seasonal 3-day order. So please take advantage of that. It's the 16th through the 18th, so you have till Wednesday the 18th. Now you have all month though to take advantage of the savings that we have on our starter kit. So the majority of the people who join Stampin' Up! Join because they just want to save on their product. And this is a great way to do it. For the month of November, you can select $125 in Stampin' Up! Product. And that is from the annual catalog, the mini catalog. That is from the pre-purchase that we have going on right now. And so all of the things you can select from. And even if you do it today or tomorrow, these, if you include any of these in your starter kit, you will get the discounted price. But basically $125 in product, you only pay $75 and the shipping is free. So that will get you with Stampin' Up! You're never obligated, you never have to place an order. But if you do, you'll save a minimum of 20% on everything you order, and you would be active with Stampin' Up! By doing nothing through the end of January 2022. And the reason that's a great deal is because when you join Stampin' Up! In December, you get to pre-purchase from the January through June new catalog. You're going to save on that. Plus, you know it's going to be in stock because you get to get it first. And celebration applies to that. They let us to take advantage of celebration in December when you're part of the Stampin' Up! Family. So if you have any questions at all on any of this, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm here to help you create. I'm here to help you save. And I'm here to help you learn and grow your knowledge of Stampin' Up! So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a blessed day and be sure to do something creative. Take care now.